comedy show? I mean, come on. Everyone knows that Imus bases this show on getting some laughs.
It sounds a little out of touch.
You think?
Just a tad. I don't know.
Oh, wow. We got famous people in our studio.
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
Hello.
Oh, God.
Look at you guys.
How are you?
Good, very well.
I gotta put these on.
Very well. Yeah.
Look at you. Don't want to be here. Relax,
Yeah,
man.
it's
all right.
We've just been listening to the tirade that's going on in this place. We've had a little episode on radio here
we heard.
in the U.S. And you know how us Americans are, very oversensitive about things. Why can't we just take whatever crap is being said and just forget about it?
Well, you guys have the racial tension in England, right? With isn't it more with like Muslims? That's kind of like the black-white tension here.
I think there's racial tension everywhere. You know, we just got to be, think carefully about what we say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, I think if you launch into some racial tirade and then say, "I'm only kidding," it doesn't make it okay.
Right. But I mean, you heard I just said one little off-color thing. And
do you know what? I don't even know who Imus is. So.
Oh, he's a big radio morning guy here.
Right.
And he just made like a tasteless joke about black people, which is a sin in this country, because we're paying for 400 years of naughtiness.
Naughtiness.
Well, I think, but we all kind of are, and we shouldn't, we should kind of accept that, I think.
Yeah, but we can...
I mean, I know it's not your fault personally.
Yeah.
But you can understand why people get sick of it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes and no.
I think there's that kind of white, angry guilt where, hey, it's not our fault! But I mean,
yeah.
suck it up, do you know what I mean?
But then there's the other side, too, where you kind of sit there and go, all right, you guys are joking about it. Why can't we?
Yeah, but was he joking about it? Was he?
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
laughing when he
It's
said
very
it.
obvious.
Was it
a little
comedy?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was trying to be funny.
Who laughed?
I think
Hands
it.
up.
I howled.
I think it kind of, it didn't go over well. It wasn't a hysterical gutbuster joke.
It was a throwaway line, and then people in studio laughed.
I think we're just pissed off because kind of black people are kind of... I think they're allowed to be a little bit annoyed, do you know what I mean? I don't mind being... I love Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And I love when he kind of hacks on us a little bit, and I think, oh, well, whatever.
Yeah, that's hysterical.
It's not racism, it's just kind of it's kind of comedy pissed offness.
Yeah, no one goes crazy, though. No one goes, oh
But
my
I
God,
don't
Dave
think
Chappelle's
Imus
making fun of
needs
white
to be
people.
pissed off at black people, has he?
But he's not pissed off
No.
at black people. It wasn't based out of anger. It was just a funny line. It was just a line meant to be funny. The intent was not to be... They didn't catch him off air dropping N-bombs. He just said something on air. He was kind of tagging a line that somebody else had used. It was like a natural flow of
Do
conversation.
you think he does drop N-bombs off there?
I hope so. I
Off
certainly
air?
Constantly.
Yeah. Constantly.
How can you not?
It's the comedy again.
I'm only kidding.
you have a
It's
drive?
all fine.
I'm only kidding. Well, these guys aren't here to talk about racism and the state of the world today.
Yeah,
We're here to talk about our film, Hot Fuzz.
I know.
Yes.
I saw it.
Did you?
Yes.
You
I
saw
a
Hot
little-
Fuzz already?
Saw a little advanced screening.
Nice.
I
like
did,
your,
at home.
your
I-
initiative.
I thought it was hysterical. Totally different from Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Your character, very different. You play like one of these real kind of
Super cop.
super cop guys.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you're kind of fun-loving, kind of innocent guy in Shaun of the Dead.
I figured I had to play somebody a bit different in this, do you know what I mean? Because I played a couple of slackers, and I thought, right, let's play a super cop.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah, badass. And I gotta say, I won't give away, of course, the end of the movie, but there is a gun sequence in there that I was not expecting. I was like, wow, these guys spent some money on this movie or something.
Well, we're massive fans of American action films and the kind of cop genre, and we thought, wouldn't it be funny if we took that and we stuck it into a little English village
Yeah.
and had things blow up there instead of the streets of LA or New York.
Yeah, because usually there's huge cities and the cops running around and things are blowing up and car chases and gunfights. And
we
it's
don't
just
have
this
any-
small, quaint little English village.
Yeah, we don't have any a tradition of cop films in the UK because our cops aren't armed, right? They just...
Yeah.
They have sticks. It's
kinda silly.
You guys laugh at that, but it takes a lot of balls to walk into a bad neighborhood with a stick,
Yeah.
right, and not with a gun on your hip. But it means that filmically, it's not so good for kind of action and adventure. because
Yeah.
hitting each other with sticks.
It doesn't
It
really-
doesn't give the same.
You can't have a slow motion. No!
Yeah.
And the guy gets hit with a little stick. Kind of takes away from the
Exactly.
climax
Ow,
of the
my
whole thing.
shoulder. So,
Shaun of the Dead, of course. You had done movies before that?
no, we had a sitcom on British television.
Yeah,
called Space.
that was it.
I'd done a couple of movies, but not like the scale of Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, that one really hit a nerve. I mean, total cult following here in the States.
That's
and
great, yeah.
People watch it 10 times. It's one of those movies you just watch over and over again and still laugh your ass off. a fan of the zombie genre, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
I
Definitely.
mean, there were so many little homages to all the old zombie movies. Where'd that come from?
We're a huge zombie. I remember I made Nick up here. Say hi.
Hey.
Nick
Hey.
Frost.
As a zombie in 1994 for Halloween, and 10 years later we were here promoting our big zombie film, which was quite a nice little circular journey, wasn't it?
Yeah, I still got the makeup on.
You guys stand-ups too? Do you start as stand-ups?
I was a stand-up, yeah. I was a stand-up for about 10 years, and then got back into I got into acting through that. Got the sitcom, and I still love doing stand-up, but it's just you can't do both. Do you know what I mean? Because your whole weekends you work Thursday to Sunday, and you got to spend basically when you're a stand-up, you spend all weekend in a pub and not drink.
Yeah.
Unless you're a drinking stand-up, but I find it would dull my edge if I drunk. Do you know what I
You
mean?
have two types of stand-ups: guys that have no alcohol at all, or the
Yeah.
guys that you're peeling off the floor every night at 3 o'clock in the morning.
But I think the guys that drink, stand-ups that drink, think they're funnier than they are. Do you know what I mean? You know when you get a bit drunk and you think, I said something really funny last night, and you read what you wrote, scroll down, and you think, no, that's rubbish.
That
And it's the same as, I think it's always better to stay a little sharp. Also, you've got to be on the ball to, with the audience, because if they're coming back at you, you need to be sharp. So
You can't just go,
yeah.
leave it at that.
Because they're the worst hecklers are drunk people. Yeah, get off, you idiot! And you come back with some line, no, I didn't hear you. It's kind of like...
Yeah, it's not going to work.
You know what's even worse to the audience? When somebody heckles you and you destroy them, but the audience didn't quite hear what they said, and then the audience
Yeah, yeah.
sides with them. You just,
Yeah.
want to just blow torch the entire room.
Absolutely.
How'd you get the idea for Shaun of the Dead and get the cat because it's one of those things where I want to make a movie and then
Well, we were doing our show Spaced, and there was a little scene in it when I was kind of lost in a video game. My character had been up all night on speed and kind of was playing Resident Evil and sort of got sucked into the game. And we had such fun shooting the zombie bit. Me and Edgar Wright, who's the director and co-writer, said, let's make a film. Let's see if we can make a film. So we took the idea around. Eventually it got picked up by Working Title and Universal, and we got it made. And it was luck. It was, a lot of luck involved, but we got there.
and the writing of it. Now you wrote it
That's right.
with
Edgar.
Edgar. Because I noticed it wasn't like just a traditional little comedy on the zombie thing. It was actually like, your character is very sensitive, and there were some touching moments that were sad. It's
Well,
to decide to bring that into a comedy zombie movie, I thought was a little odd, but it definitely worked.
Yeah, you know what? When you have those films that are just, I don't know, this sort of spoof movies like Epic Movie or whatever, they really do exist joke to joke, right? So if one joke fails, the whole thing fails. Whereas if you have some story underneath and some characters and something to invest yourself in, you can go off joke a little while and actually get things a little bit emotional. And then, so when I have to shoot my mum, it's pretty sad, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what it was. It was like he's sitting there going, oh my God, the guy's got to shoot his mother. She's a zombie. And, he's yelling at the other guy not to shoot her, and he's crying and everything.
Yeah. It's just good to keep people on their toes,
A good dynamic.
There's no the Naked Guns have no moments like that because it's all just boom, 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 parody.
They're the best. I mean, they're the kind of best examples of those. Like the Zucker brothers, like Airplane, Mel Brooks, Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles. Brilliant, because they are all the jokes pretty much hit. Whereas, because as that kind of movie gets a bit diluted, it gets less and less of a hit rate. So anyway, with Hot Fuzz, we kind of try and do the same thing, make something that could actually exist without the jokes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, and you definitely pull it off.
Even though there's loads of jokes in there. Don't get me wrong, it's really funny.
Yeah.
But if you took it out of that, it could just be like a genuine action movie.
Well, it's like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I think it's a great comedy with Steve Martin, who I think sucks now, but back then he was great with John Candy. And there's some really weird, kind of depressing moments.
Hey,
in that
John
movie.
Candy really tugs the heartstrings in that
Great.
movie.
Yeah.
Just a big, fat, sad man.
You can make fun of me.
Oh, that awful perm.
Tears and
Go on, I'm an easy target. Fat head and awful mustache, the greatest.
he was fantastic.
Now, what about direction? Who directed?
Edgar Wright is my sort of co-writer, and Nick is always the kind of the first guy that gets the script, and we write for Nick in mind, for me and Nick to be in it together, and then we bring everyone else in. So with Shaun of the Dead, we had a kind of, it was a group of about 6 survivors in that, but with Hot Fuzz, there's 50 speaking parts, and Timothy Dalton's in it, and Jim Broadbent, and Edward Woodward, and Billy Whitelaw, and these kind of legends of the British sort of screen industry.
Yeah, there's just it's a very unique look to the movies too. The direction.
Yeah.
You know, some of those, the way the camera pushes in, a lot of quick cuts.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that, and it makes it work. Definitely.
I
There
get
are 6,000 cuts in this film.
There's 6,000
yeah.
cuts.
Epileptics beware. I
Yeah, you get a Pokemon seizure.
yeah.
Hey, Nick, I'm sorry, Rob, did you start out like as an actor or as a sketch guy or like what is
No,
your?
I was just a waiter, and he made me do it.
How great is that?
He was. I found him working in a restaurant.
Really?
I said, I can take you away from all this.
What was it about him when you saw him?
I was
Just look at
A
him.
lot of sexual chemistry.
I was
yeah.
just, I'll get you in movies.
exactly. I was a stand-up comic, and he was the funniest guy I knew, and I was hanging out with stand-up comics, and you know, he was just the guy that worked in a restaurant, and I kind of introduced him to stand-up, thinking, I mean, you kind of wanted to do it a little bit, didn't you? You sort of as a way out of working.
Yeah. I didn't really want to be a waiter forever. I didn't really know what to do apart from that. But it was, I did 10 gigs and 5 were amazing, where I was hailed as the new Christ, and the other 5 were that was the lowest points of my career.
Of your life.
Of my life.
So when we came to do our sitcom, I said, look, do it this way, be in it, and I wrote him a part of a character that he kind of came up with, and it took off from there. And you know, it's like 10 years later, and he's got his own show and everything. So.
How long were you guys on in England for?
How long?
How long were you on for? Yeah. How many years?
Oh, the show.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it ran for 2 seasons, and then we did Shaun of the Dead, and then we kind of had to leave it behind in a way. And it's the question we get asked the most: is they're going to do a 3rd season of Space? Because people have found it here as well. You can't get it Region 1 DVD here, but people could import it, and they have regionless DVDs and stuff. But I think it's going to get released here on DVD.
You know, I saw was pretty funny in England. I really enjoyed was Alan Partridge.
Yeah, I was in that.
Were you in that?
Yeah, I was in an episode of Alan Partridge.
I like season 2 better because the first season was he's just on his show.
That's right.
And season 2, what an ass he was. He was just really a funny
brilliant
guy.
character. I don't know if you remember the episode where they drop a cow on him from a bridge. Some farmers are protesting because he
Classic
said,
episode.
weirdly enough, he said some controversial things about farming, about like was it genetically modified swans
hens
whose necks had been bred to be fit in a baguette.
Big-eyed boy.
And so these farmers drop a cow on him from a bridge. But I was in that episode, and I was only like 27, and it was one of my first TV shows, and it was with Coogan, who's an amazing sort of comedy actor, and he's in Hot Fuzz.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a funny dude.
He's very funny.
When does Hot Fuzz open?
420. I think you know what we're saying.
420.
Enjoy the day.
Gotcha.
This is how stupid I am. You said 420, and I'm such a nerd. I didn't catch it. I'm like,
You looked at your watch.
Yeah. What a cool way to say April. What a dope. I didn't catch him saying that. And I apologize to Nick because I asked for a picture, but I looked at you and I looked at the other guy who you were with. That fell in the back, so my apologies.
VJ.
Oh,
VJ the Bone.
VJ the Bone Carbone, he's looking after us.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vij. So yeah, go see, because it'll be a great day.
It will.
Yeah,
I think, you know
like I
what's
said,
been-
I saw it. It was really
Get
funny.
up,
What's
light
been
a
weird is
candle
that-
to some marijuana, head out, eat a burrito, watch
You guys
the
get
film.
stoned and want right? I mean, a lot of people do it. They'll
The
just
patron saint of hamburgers.
I wouldn't like to say, really.
It's definitely not
A
enough.
man of mystery. You know what's weird is that we've been doing this tour of the US showing the film and stuff, and the film did great in the UK. I mean, it did amazingly. We broke records in the UK. It's kind of like the 6th biggest opening ever in the UK.
Wow.
And yet the audiences here seem to get it more than the British audiences,
Yeah.
because I think they get what we've adopted more. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like an American sort of format, the whole action
Right,
thing.
the action thing.
It's an American film.
Yeah.
And they've been getting it so. It's been crazy. It's been great. It's like being in a rock band.
Did you have to go through gun training and stuff?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
That's
that we.
great. Oh,
Not that we
Hey,
needed
is
to.
he pulling out again?
going for one.
I thought he was
Back in.
and ask that question. He
heat.
goes in, pulls out a phone.
I just got a little...
Yeah, because you get pretty proficient with the guns in that
I
movie.
usually just have a little revolver in my, It's not, it's
He
a
keeps
nice
a revolver in his
cloak,
sock
and
anyway.
Yeah,
I don't want to mess up the line or the cut of it.
You don't want somebody to rob you for it either. You get a polo jacket in the city.
Exactly. It's nice to be able to come over here and pack heat. You know, we don't get
Yeah.
that. We don't get that.
You don't
privilege
get that in
the UK.
England. No, they don't let you.
Giving them on the plane.
Yeah.
I don't really
Sign your,
kind of
your
frown
green
on that.
declaration form. and
You
they
pick them
give
up at
it.
immigration. You get given that and your little green thing in your passport.
Hey, in England, I've never worked over there. Is there any, like, here we know with, like, there's certain things in comedy, whether it's in films, here's mostly racial stuff that's just people panic about. Is there anything with you guys that's more cultural for you that is just a no-no in comedy, or something that people are really going to give you a problem with?
I think it's the same. I think pretty much it's just, it's just taking responsibility for what you say. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it depends what you're trying to... I think it's always good to make people think. I think it's always good to sort of inspire debate as well. I think if this fella on the radio, if he was saying that to kind of try and get a big debate going and make something good happen, then great. Do you know what I mean? Comedy's a great way of sort of rehearsing real ideas, but ultimately, I don't know. Let's agree to disagree on that one.
Hey, it's your line.
I like that. I love that line. Gets you out of anything.
Yeah. Like,
All right.
All right, guys, 420.
420.
Big plug.
Hot Fuzz will change your life, and I guarantee if you go with somebody on a date, they will have sex with you afterwards.
Absolutely.
They'll be that amped up.
You can
I'm
take
going
that
to take Jimmy.
It's funny, you just stole the joke that of course, Mudbrain didn't think of, but I was going to point at Kenny and say I was going to take him, but you pointed at me because I'm here, which worked.
Kenny actually was a cop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and believe me.
NYPD?
No, he was Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jersey.
We've seen Copland. We know it.
He got thrown off
What did you get thrown off for?
for getting on stage and telling dirty jokes. No shit.
Naughty
Oh,
cop.
I just cursed. I thought I was on XM for a second. I dropped the S-bomb. Oops.
Now you're in trouble.
I know.
You're
Now
fired.
Somebody with a button in the back that just dumps out of that, because God forbid the children hear that.
I know.
Oh,
They're all saying
please.
that.
We heard some CBS guys talking. They're thinking of releasing some gas in here to purge your sins.
Yeah, you guys picked a weird day to come in. I mean, we're big fans, but we're pretty heated about what's going on.
Oh, my God, huge.
Because it affects everyone that does this type of radio.
The radio.
You guys
So we've
get
been all over it all day.
recognized everywhere now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit.
It's weird.
Especially together, it must just be insane.
Yeah, I think it kind of completes a little sort of
Yeah.
jigsaw. And it's nice though, everyone that sort of comes up is always really friendly, and comedy fans are always sort of good people. I think they kind of want to laugh, so they're nice folks.
Yeah,
we're getting-
you guys get like there's the little catchphrases and stuff that Americans love using, because all the time now whenever the phone's busy, it's engaged, engaged, because we never use it. It's like it's busy.
Oh really?
Or something like that, or I'll pick up a bit of wood, chase you around with a bit of wood. Those fun things
Pretty
to
good.
say if you're American.
Cue up, right? Then
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? We kind of speak the same language, but we don't in a way.
But we don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun to imitate. Do English people just imitate stupid American words and accents? Do you
Hell
go
yeah.
doing American accents all the time? Because Americans seem to just want to go around and go, "Oh, where you going?"
And there's a funny thing with the Brit. So many people here, and often girls will, "Oh, I just love your accent.
Yeah.
It's great." And you're like, "What?" Because they think you sound like a prince or something.
That's what it is. It puts you on this little higher plateau. It doesn't matter. You could be a homeless English guy and just be like,
we do
"Oh, is
lay
it
it
tea time?"
on. We do lay it on quite thick.
Yes, we do walk.
Yeah.
Hello, ladies. Welcome.
Good morning, madam.
Great.
We are leaving. That's why you hear the music.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
With Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in theaters Friday, April the 20th, which is a week from Friday. It's called Hot Fuzz.
Yep.
So go see it.
Ant Sutter already
Oh
loved it.
yeah. If you
Anthony
like,
loved
like
it.
Shaun of the Dead, man.
It's going to be another hit for these guys.
Love it.
Thank you guys for coming in.
You guys go have a lie down, okay? Calm down.
All
Yeah.
right.
Have a lie down.
See ya.
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, thank you so much. If you're not joining us over at XM, have a great day.